Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the Super Boss 15-star event with the more buildable teams that I put together for you guys. Now, obviously, these teams still use Super Sugo Fest exclusives, they still use Anniversary exclusives, and yes, I did tweak the teams a little bit. I did bring in Law. However, you can still bring Robin and Jinbei. That is another very good option. However, it's just a little bit challenging to get the Super Swap and all that fun stuff with the Super Tandem ability to pop off in that regard. So I brought in Law because he does work for Zoro and Sanji's Super Tandem, as well as being able to apply the increased damage taken debuff, and he gives a higher attack boost for the actual team as well. We did lose out the base stats, and then the Super Tandem's get a bit weird, but look, I decided to go this way. I was hoping to get the super type buff as well, which I feel like you can definitely do. You just need to use your specials in different orders to actually allow yourself to get the correct orbs on your captain. But on turn 2, you get special binded, and the Luffy supports are very good for this because he can give you a little chain buff, and that way you can use Sabo to remove the special bind and give you 3 turns of a chain boundary. We can then use our Ace special to get a full board of Dex orbs, carry an orb boost into the final stage, and then use our friend Captain Ace to be our conditional booster. On the final stage, there's damage reduction, threshold, paralysis, and intimidation on orb buffs, so having the carryover orb buff is great. There's also 3 turns of Ship Bind as well. That's where Robin and Jinbei was so good, and I totally glossed over when I changed it. But I did find the issue with Robin and Jinbei was that you were losing a Tandem Orb, and Ace was turning everyone into shooters, and then you were losing damage that way. So I feel like this way works better, purely because you're just getting a lot more stacks. But the idea of this particular team is in the dual form of Yamato first. You want to go into Yamato, so that way when you activate any specials, you're applying the extra final tap buff. Zoro, Sanji want to turn everyone into Free Spirit and Slasher characters, which works very nicely. We can then use Ace to get around the conditional buff, plus Zoro, Sanji remove the threshold too. Ace's conditional buff will also give us a full board of Dex Orbs, which is a little bit annoying, like I said, because you do want to have a, what's it called? You do want to have a Tandem Orb on one unit, and that's where the Beppo support comes in play. And getting that Tandem Orb was a big reason why I brought Law in, because he has access to that Beppo support. Utilizing his special not only does that, but you do get a little bit of a higher attack boost. Actually, I think it's exactly the same, because Zoro Sanji increased theirs. But if you can get a Tandem or Recovery Orb on your captain, you could actually get the Super type buff as well. And like I said, I do think there's a way to do this. You probably have to do it like with the Super Swap of Zoro Sanji on the previous turn, keep the Tandem Orb on Yamato, and then use the Super Swap after Ace to like get a Tandem Orb that way. Like I said, I'm sure it's very doable, and you probably could do a little bit more damage than what you guys see in today's video. But another problem that I had was the Ship Bind. But as you guys will see here, if you do bring a very high-end Ace, you are going to do quite a bit of damage, clocking over 4.6 billion damage just with the Ace Rush. As for the other Super Boss, it is an int-based Super Boss, and this is the team that I actually put together for you guys to take down the Super Boss, and it actually worked very, very nicely. It worked very swiftly. There weren't too many issues. Now, Nami's a character that everyone, if you've been playing the game for a while, should have access to at probably a very high Super Tandem level. I do have a friend captain Gear 5, 6-star, and that way if you don't have your own Rush level 5, you can bring a Rush level 5. Obviously, we are using the new Ace on this team. Once again, we're using that Luffy support, which works great. We have Anniversary Sabo once again to use the exact same tactic that we used on turn 2. You get binded and you get special binded. Luffy takes care of the special the bind, where Sabo is going to take care of the special bind. On top of that, he gives you 3 turns of a chain boundary, so that way you can carry it into the next stage. You also get 1 turn of Hunger here, so if you don't remove the bind with a character like your Captain Luffy, you do have to eat recovery orbs to beat it. But we have the free-to-play Yamato here. She's not only going to remove the hunger, but she applies a perfect buff that if you hit 2 perfects, or it might be more, it might be up to 4, you apply an increased damage taken on the following turn. On the following turn, your bottom row gets action silenced, so you actually can't use their specials anyway. So utilizing Sabo and Yamato on the previous turn works very, very nicely. You get paralyzed here, but Nami gobbles that up. There's damage nullification and intimidation on color affinity boosts. Your color affinity boost will get reduced by 1, which is a little bit annoying. But what is going on with my... What is going on? It is a little bit annoying, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. There's also 7 turns of resilience, which is very pesky to get around. You want to use Ace here. He's going to use the super swap of Zorosanji. That way, Ace will be your orb booster and your conditional booster. You can then use Luffy to give you color affinity. His EX allows Psy orbs to hit at a much higher multiplier. Zorosanji is going to increase the attack and the orb buff. They're also going to give you all of the chain shenanigans that you like. Your EX super works great. You also have Nami to give you base stats, as well as a tandem orb, so that way you can activate either hers or Zorosanji's tandem or super tandem. Now, you want to finish off with Gear 5's Rush. So, depending on what your team looks like, you probably want to tap with like Sabo, Ace, into Zorosanji, then Nami and Yamato. If you have a maxed out Zorosanji, this will actually activate Zorosanji's super tandem. But as you guys can see there, 3.3 billion damage before we even get to that point. So there you guys go. That's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.